Hey guys, I am back with another video. This is a walk around and review of my other truck. It's a 2007 International 4700 with the T444E engine. This one was real common. It was put in a lot of school buses. A lot of these also come with the DT466. I believe the T444T whatever, T444E, whatever you want to call it. I believe that was the same as the Ford 73 or very similar, shared a lot of parts with the Ford 73. But anyway, this is a turbo engine. Makes pretty good power. For whatever reason, this is a really smooth driving engine. That's not to say the suspension is anything or it's really like a Cadillac going down the highway or anything, but it just pulls really smoothly when you're in it. It's a pretty nice truck. I picked it up from a catering company. They used it for catering. I guess that's about all I can say for that. I believe it was like a U-Haul or a Penske or something before that, because it does have some stuff it has something in the back of the box that says, how to stack your boxes, and if you don't sweep the truck, there's like a $25 cleanup fee or something like that. But it's a 2001 International 26-foot box. The box, I'm not gonna say it leaks, but it does let moisture in. It doesn't leak when it's raining, but the floors get wet sometimes. But other than that, it's a really solid truck. I'm very, very happy that I bought it. I haven't had any major problems out of it so far. The only thing to mention, and I don't know if this is common or not, but the dashboard doesn't really work. Like the fuel gauge, speedometer, odometer, etc. It doesn't work. It has a few lights that come on, but so pretty much I have to fuel this guy up every morning. And if I've driven a long ways, I kind of know I have to fill it up every 2 hours of highway driving or so, because one time I waited maybe a little bit over 3 and I ran out of fuel on the side of the road, and that was no fun. But other than that, it's been a really solid, reliable truck. It did have a little bit of a coolant leak when I first bought it, but that was just because, well, I'm not sure what it was because, but I had the shop take a look at it, and they couldn't find anything. They said, oh, maybe the leak is internal. But after they took a look at it and put it back together, it quit leaking. So I guess it was just where they had like a loose hose or a loose connector or something like that. But yeah, it's an automatic. I believe it's a 4-speed transmission. Comes with a tow hitch, which is nice. Not that I'm really ever used that, but if I needed to, I could. It has a gravity powered lift gate going down and then hydraulic going up, but the gravity going down is really silent and nice. It also has a pull-out ramp, which is really good. And I actually got really lucky when I bought this truck. In the pictures, I only saw where it had the liftgate, and I assumed it was only a liftgate truck because it's actually pretty rare to find one with both. So I guess I just got really lucky in that regard, because they're both liftgate and ramp. They're both really useful. I guess the other thing I could mention I'm gonna have fixed soon is this pull-down cable. It's pretty much on its last legs. You can see right here. On this side, that's how it should look. But really, it's no big deal. It just kind of makes it a little bit harder to open this up. And let me see, I'm gonna climb up here. Don't wanna fall. So I'll just climb on the lift gate. And then I'll show you guys kind of in the back of the box. There's really nothing too interesting back here. But anyway, this is just kind of how we have it set up. It has some E-tracks. The E-tracks are really nice, as well as these things. I kind of like having a combination of both. It'd be cool if they had a row of E-track like up here, a little bit higher and maybe even a little bit lower, but it's not bad. It's just kind of an E-track is kind of expensive to have installed. And so far we've always been able to make do, but maybe eventually when I have some money burning a hole in my pocket, I'll put some more E-track in here. But yeah, I mean, overall it's pretty good. The floors are a little rough. I mean, they could probably stand to be sanded down or something like that, but again, it's nothing that's really been overwhelmingly concerning. Light on this side doesn't work, but it doesn't have any light bulbs either. The light on this side does work, so that's cool. I mean, a 20-year-old truck where the dome light still works, it's pretty nice in my book. But other than that, just kind of have our blankets and the loading poles, broom to kind of sweep debris out, some bungee cords, but nothing really too fancy back here. And I'm gonna start it up for you guys real quick. 1 second. But yeah, it's been pretty cold here lately, and this truck has still been starting really good in the cold weather. A lot better than my other one, the 5.9. It still has been starting every day, but it does not really like the cold. Kind of have to give it some gas and give it a few cranks, whereas this one just starts right up, just like that. And so anyway, so you can see here, that's what I'm talking about, where the dashboard doesn't really work. Sometimes this light comes on and says alternator. Alternator's been fine the entire time I've owned it, so don't know what's making it do that, but so far hasn't been a huge problem. But this guy right here doesn't work. Odometer sadly doesn't work either, but it says 141,000 miles. I don't think it's too much higher than that, because on the previous title it said like 135,000, and they had bought it just maybe 2 years before they sold it to me, so that tells me the odometer was working for a while and then it quit working. So I'm guessing for sure it's under 200,000, and based on the condition, I mean it's in pretty good shape in here. I'm saying under 200 for sure. But anyway, this one's kind of interesting, where it has the parking brake up here, and it's not an air brake, it's a hydraulic, and so this is the parking brake. But other than that, everything else works: turning signals, lights, etc., hazards, all that. But yeah, overall it's a really good truck, and I can highly recommend it if you need a box truck. The only other thing was funny too, cruise control used to work like really good, and then I tried it not too long ago and it didn't work, so that was kind of unfortunate. But I don't really go super far in this anyway, and I'm sure it could be fixed. But the only thing I would say is this guy seems to top out at about maybe 65 on the highway, so if you're doing like a lot of long hauling, probably wouldn't be the best. But if you're just doing like delivery, moving company, you know, contractor, you need to move like flooring, or you're just whatever you do, I don't know what you do, but seriously, this has been a really good, reliable truck for me. I would say really these guys, if you can find them running in good condition for like under 20K, I'd probably say go for it, because it seems like in the market there's a big jump where you can find trucks for 20,000, and then from like 20 to 35 there's almost nothing. Like you never really see trucks where they're asking 25 or 28 for whatever reason, and then from like 30 and up, you're looking at 35 and up, you're kind of looking at newer, like 2015 and above, like Freightliners and Internationals, and like a Penske, a used Ryder, used trucks, things like that. But anyway, I'm really happy with this truck. So if you're thinking about going for this truck, I personally can recommend it pretty highly. I think you'll be happy with it. Just make sure you know, you buy it from someone who took care of it. And you always, when you're buying used trucks, you always want to figure out why they're getting rid of it, because sometimes they just don't use it anymore, and that's fine. But what you have to really be thinking about is this truck right here. This truck is my money maker. This truck puts money in my pocket almost every day. So if I'm selling it, that's probably because it's not making me money anymore. And sometimes companies, they just, you know, they upgrade their equipment every 3 or 4 years because of tax write-off purposes. But with older trucks like this, you just kind of have to wonder, like, why are they selling it? But I mean, if you buy it, I mean, have a mechanic look at it. It's worth, if you're serious about the truck, it's worth the $300 or $400 for the pre-purchase inspection. And most buyers, you know, they can knock that off of the price. If you kind of like know how to talk to people and just kind of be friendly and respectful, and you look serious, you show up with cash, you're like, hey, I'm serious about this truck, can we have it looked at? If they say no, walk away. I've had people refuse to let me to take it to the mechanic. It was a big red flag in my book. I didn't buy that truck, and I'm glad I didn't. But yeah, if you guys want any other videos about box trucks or moving or anything like that, let me know what you'd like me to make a video on next. I'm thinking about maybe doing a video about which company is best to buy used trucks from, U-Haul versus Penske versus Ryder. If that's something you guys would like my input on, I can definitely make a movie or make a video about that. But other than that, guys, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, comment below, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.